started with the main event. Cory Sandhagen coming in at minus 288 against Rob Font, sitting at plus 288. Over under 4.5 rounds, minus 155 for the over, plus 125 for the under. This is a catch weight of 140 because of the short notice for Rob Font. And it is 5 rounds. So Font was supposed to be in a 3-rounder, gets moved into 5 rounds, but he's usually got some pretty dang good cardio. He can go for days. Cory Sandhagen coming off the big win to Cheeto Vera. He's now 3-2 in his last 5. Same for Rob Font, 31 years of age for Cory Sandhagen, and at a slight reach disadvantage, although he is 3 inches taller than Rob Font. Coming into this one, Rob Font was supposed to be fighting Song Yadong, and that fight ultimately gets canceled because I believe Song was going to have to pull out of that, and Font was out of a fight, and then he gets put in here. So he's getting put into a spot with a big opportunity. Cory Sandhagen was the big underdog to Umar. Now he moves as a bigger favorite. What do you think about the matchup here?
Yeah, it's a pretty important fight for both these guys because it kind of determines where they go next in this top part of this division. For Cory, though, he's such like a oh man, I don't even know how to describe it when he gets in the zone and he's fighting his game and he's in that flow state, he seems unbeatable. I mean, we saw it in the last fight against Cheeto. He looked phenomenal the whole entire fight. I mean, there was a case he won that fight 4 rounds to 1. And we know what Cheeto's capable of, and we know what kind of fighter Cheeto is. So for Rob Font to come in here and beat Cory, that would be a massive statement for him. Kind of throw him right back into the mix. And this is kind of his last shot, too, I would say, with his age, being a little bit older and, kind of had to climb back up after some of his losses. Coming off the win to Adrian Yanez, and impressive win as an underdog for him. But that's the type of style that Rob's going to beat. Guys that will box with him, guys that are going to stand right in front of him and trade shots. That's the type of fighters Rob Font can have success over. Cory Sandhagen, on the other hand, is so with his movement, he's in and out, he's crafty, he's pretty unorthodox at times. He's harder to hit. His grappling has gotten really slick. I know he got submitted by Aljo in that first round a few years ago, but the guy's talented everywhere the fight is going to go. So I think Rob Font could struggle a little bit with finding the chin at times. I think Cory, if he fights like he did against Cheeto, he could cruise to a decision victory here as well. And I got to go with Cory. I don't necessarily know if he's worth minus 300. I think people are going to underestimate Rob a little bit, but I do think all around Cory's the better fighter, and I think he's going to be a little trickier to deal with than it will be for him to deal with Rob. So I got to go with Cory.
Yeah, it's going to be tough not to take Cory in this spot because the performance that he put on Cheeto Vera was pretty eye-opening because he wasn't that big of a favorite against him. And he pretty much had the perfect game plan, bank those first couple rounds with the wrestling. Don't let Cheeto get any looks on the feet, and then pretty much just stay safe for the rest of the fight and do what you need to do. He got a 50-45 from Sal D'Amato, 49-46 from Chris Lee. And don't let the split decision fool you. It was a clear Cory Sandhagen, but one of the judges gave it 48-47 for Cheeto. I was there in attendance, and it was kind of a boring fight because Cory just dominated. But for Rob Font, I think he'll be a little bit more active, especially early in the fight. He usually comes out, probably tries to set a pace with the boxing. He's going to have a great jab, great hands overall, and he can absorb a good amount of damage. He hasn't been knocked out in the UFC. I don't see him getting knocked out here against Cory Sandhagen, who's probably going to look to stay pretty in and out with the movement and just overall make Rob Font have to earn every strike that he's going to throw. So I think Cory Sandhagen gets it done, probably by decision, and fights a smart fight. He's probably going to have the cardio advantage that he's been training ready for 5 rounds. He's supposed to be taking on Umar. That's a tough fight to prepare for.
Mm-hmm.
I think the wrestling's probably going to be a strong suit going into this one. He might use it offensively just because he's probably been training that a lot. And that's probably the path, the least of resistance to beat Rob Font is to take him down. But it's not, the easiest to do. Rob Font, he doesn't have the best takedown defense, 55%, but for the most part, the offense that he throws is going to be tough to get those entries on a takedown. So, yeah, if you're Cory Sandhagen, I think he probably gets it done by decision, unless he can just accumulate a lot of damage, because we've seen Rob Font take a lot of damage. Like that fight with Cheeto, he took a beating, but was still able to hold on for the whole 5 rounds. So, yeah, I like Cory this week.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say about it is, like, you go and you look at who both these guys are fighting. They're all fighting really, really high level guys. I mean, Cory beating Song Yadong, doctor stoppage. Song just showed against Ricky Simone that he's top level. I mean, he's one of the best fighters in this division. His striking is super, super good. And if Cory can do that kind of stuff to guys like Song Yadong, who are younger, faster, maybe a little bit more powerful, I think he's going to find success against Rob Font. I really do. And then, Rob, his losses, Jose Aldo, Cheeto, I mean, high-level guys. So, yeah, this is going to be kind of like an underrated, really, really high-level fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like it. I'm looking forward to it.